Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a mixed martial arts bout scheduled for 3 rounds in the Shamrock FC flyweight division. Introducing first, on my left, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4-4. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, official weight 125.2 pounds. Fighting out of Gardner, Kansas, Tyler Stokes. Across the cage, fighting tonight out of the FM Roofing red corner, an undefeated mixed martial artist with a professional record of 3 wins, no defeats. This fighter stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 125.8 pounds. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Corbin Howard.
Referee Mike Anglin has the call for this contest. This fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the Shamrock FC 125-pound division. Tyler Stokes in the blue, Corbin Howard in the red tape.
Both guys feeling each other out. Ooh,
big overhand out of the box there from Tyler Stokes.
Tyler keeping those hands real low. Nice feints there by Jordan.
Where, you know,
trying to figure out his
Jordan
entry.
Howard is really, he's got the feints, and he fights that almost side style of a Taekwondo black belt that he is.
Yeah, he keeps his hands out there real far, moves them a lot. Can be a bit of a distraction for your opponent at times. Nice, do a nice leg kick there.
Oh, little capoeira.
Yeah, Tyler.
Oh, nice one going up top there from Tyler Stokes.
Tyler just bringing it to Corbin. Corbin did a good job maintaining his
distance. Big jab out of Howard. Stokes tells him no way. Nice leg kick there. It's almost like I said, it's almost like a capoeira. Oh, huge hip toss there out of Corbin Howard.
He just took all of that momentum from Tyler and just whipped his head into the cage right there. Right in the full mount. We have a lot of time in this round.
A lot of time left here.
And Jordan is a strong wrestler. He has good hips. He has jiu-jitsu. Tyler did a good job here. Looks like he's
got himself back to half guard here.
Yeah, back to a half guard.
Oh, gives up his back.
He's got to be careful here.
He's got to roll here to try to get away from this.
Yeah. I don't know why Tyler's holding on to Jordan's head like that.
Yeah, you're going to get a Von Flue choke with that action.
Well, he also he put himself on his back in that moment and allowed Jordan to kind of get into side control.
Now back here, Jordan Howard looking for mount here. Tyler Stokes has kind of locked up that one arm.
Yeah, you see Tyler, he has the neck here almost kind of going for a guillotine, but he's in side control. He's not going to be able to get the leverage to actually finish this.
Yeah, Corbin doing a great job here of keeping that top position and the side control here.
Yeah, that head that Stokes has isn't really going to do much as far as way of a submission.
Back into north-south here position is Corbin Howard. This is a tough position here.
Yeah, Stokes is going to have to give up this head and try to start shrimping and get into a more offensive position, being whether that's half guard or full guard where he can get a sweep or a submission.
Look at the wrestling there out of Corbin Howard.
Yeah, great job by Corbin. Circling.
It's tough when it's Jordan and Corbin and they're right next to us.
Yeah, they are right next to us.
But Corbin here locking up that arm now.
Stokes has to be careful because Corbin could have went for the armbar there. Big knee there by Corbin. Tyler's just throwing everything that he has when he's on his feet.
Oh, big shot
nice
to the
body kick there. Tyler shakes his head, says no. Tyler is just coming forward.
Yeah, this is definitely when he said he was unorthodox. I can't believe that this is something Corbin Howard would have seen before.
Yeah, I can't imagine he saw that in the gym, but he's doing a good job, maintaining the distance.
And those are some hard kicks coming out of Tyler Stokes.
Yeah, he landed a really hard body shot there. Ooh, nice counter. Big overhand right by Tyler. Jordan wants to kind of stay on the outside, feint, move in and out. You know, that Taekwondo style of moving in and out, quick in and out, strike.
It reminds me a lot of Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Yes, that point fighting karate style where you're just trying to get in, get your shots, and then get out.
Now Howard pushing hard against the cage here, trying to make Stokes carry his weight.
Oh,
beautiful reversal takedown there.
Yeah, you know, he kind of hooked that leg and scooped him off, and then Tyler's leg kind of bent up under him in a weird way there.
Yeah.
Good wrestling there by Corbin. Corbin has a strong wrestling pedigree.
Yeah, I mean, former college wrestler and world Taekwondo champion.
He was right in the mount.
Oh, Stokes gives up his back.
Had
here.
the back there.
Yeah, and he kind of let go of it.
He let go of it, you know. I'm not sure why Corbin would have taken that nice hip toss.
Hip toss.
Right inside control.
30 seconds remains in the round.
Tyler keeps holding on to these positions instead of trying to frame and shrimp and move. Got mounted again.
Because this is not where a wrestler wants to be at 20 seconds remaining in the first round of this 3-round contest.
Yeah, you know, Corbin's going to try to, you know, create some space and land some shots. Oh.
Shot after the bell. I don't think he heard me.
FM Roofing.
He's just going after it. He do that looping kick there is actually really close to Howard's knee. Howard,
absolutely.
you know, if he doesn't get out of range like he is, he could eat a big shot in the leg.
He really could. I mean, that's and it's so unorthodox. It's almost like a Brazilian capoeira style.
Right. Yeah. You know, you don't see that often in the cage. It looks really weird, but man, that could be a very damaging technique. Yeah.
You know, it really can. But it's one of those that, you know, as you're here in the corner of Corbin Howard, what advice would you give him?
You know, again, stay active, keep moving. You know, make sure you're circling because Tyler keeps coming forward very hard. Make sure we're not backing up. You know, and when you get to the ground, try to control those positions and get a finish if you can. You know, you had the back, but you kind of gave it up.
Immediately following tonight's main event. So head into the hotel, head downstairs to Foxy Roxy.
Second round of this 3-round contest.
Shamrock
Tyler
FC.
Stokes in the blue, Corbin Howard in the red, Jeremy Johnson along with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Adam Meredith. Corbin Howard looking to try to impose his will here on Tyler Stokes.
Let's see if Tyler keeps coming out crazy with the capoeira.
You know, really coming, you know, by way of Warriors Academy, I figured he'd be more of a Muay Thai fighter, but he's really not.
Yeah, I mean, unorthodox is definitely the best way to describe what, you know, his striking style is, or funky. You probably call it funky. But Corbin's doing a good job just maintaining distance, being controlled. You can see he has a very high fight IQ.
Absolutely. You know, Corbin is so fast getting in and out.
Yeah, that definitely lends to his traditional martial arts background.
Big right hand out of Howard. Stokes trying to answer right back. Now, what Stokes needs to do when he does those, he's chasing him. He needs to cut the cage. He's got to cut and play the angles.
Right. You know, he's throwing very hard. He's coming forward, but he's not setting it up in a way that is you know, he has control of the cage, to your point. He's leaving Corbin and out every time.
Oh, big left hand there out of Howard.
Oh! Big flying knee by Corbin. He timed that duck by Tyler perfectly.
This is a terrible position here for Tyler Stokes.
You know, this is definitely a weird position. You see Tyler trying to hip into Corbin. Nice job by Corbin coming up on top.
Again, there's a Von Flue choke, though, sitting right here. You got to let go of that head from this position.
Yeah. You know, he is in half guard, so it's better than being in side control. But again, you know, you really want to be in a full guard position if you know, to get that leverage to finish that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Howard start throwing some knees to the body, kind of soften up Stokes.
Soften him up a little bit. It's so tough to take those shots to the ribs, even on the ground.
Yeah, you know, they add up. See Corbin step over right in the mount here. He's going to try to get his head free. You know, Corbin wants to push on that elbow if he can.
Right. Nice move there by Howard. Rolls over into full mount now.
Jordan.
Now looking for an arm triangle.
Yeah, Jordan's going for the arm triangle here.
Corbin is looking for that arm triangle.
Corbin.
I know.
I keep doing it.
I know.
I'm so
I'd
sorry.
like to formally apologize to Corbin here on the air for that one.
Bring inside of the cage. Frames inside. Fight the hands. Bring the hands inside.
Stokes did a good job getting back to full guard here.
Up on your feet now.
Stokes is a survivor.
Hey, on both feet.
Got 2 minutes here. You're going to see Corbin posture up. Right,
Now
throw some big
Stokes looking
shots.
at potential armbar here.
Oh, I don't. They're slippery. I don't know how tight this is, but that was a great attempt by Stokes. He was able to get Corbin off his base there and kind of get an angle.
Good move by Stokes. Get out. Beautiful dump there out of Corbin. Howard jumped straight into side control.
Beautifully timed. Went straight for the pass, right into side control. It's easy to forget how high of a wrestler that Corbin is.
Absolutely.
His striking is so good, but his wrestling is good too. I'd like to see Corbin maybe address the hand control here, pop his head out and start landing some big shots, maybe some hammer fists or some elbows. Start putting some shoulder pressure in here. Stokes doing a good job getting back,
He's got definitely the fundamentals on the ground as we are down here to, a minute remaining in round 2. He's looking for that guillotine. Howard is working his way out, though.
Yeah, this is an awkward position, but if for whatever reason Tyler can get back to full guard, that guillotine is pretty tight around the neck. Side control here. He just can't get the leverage, though, to finish this. Corbin pops his head out, then puts his head back in. He's going to be careful. Here's a buggy choke.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Corbin's want to crossface here, start getting some distance.
Almost using that elbow.
Yeah, create some space here. Mike England doesn't know what he's looking at, which is why he let that go.
Because that was a buggy choke.
That was a submission attempt. That was a choke. The ref should not have actually let him up there.
Big right hand out of Stokes. Stokes is a gamer. So with that, I still see the control as Corbin Howard 2-0 at the moment.
Very much so. Corbin was in complete control of that entire round. You see Tyler Stokes, he's giving it what he got. He's really trying to make this a competitive fight, but Jordan did a good job just controlling that top position. He didn't land a lot. He didn't actually do a lot of damage on top.
No, but as we just saw there in the instant replay, a great takedown.
Oh, beautiful takedown. Beautiful takedown. Good control, cycling through positions, landing some shots. Very dominant round there by Corbin Howard.
Yeah. Corbin's fight acumen and technical ability has been just outstanding.
Yeah, very, very impressed by his ability to know where he's at in the fight and in the cage.
Third and final round. Jeremy Johnson along tonight with Adam Meredith, and we still have more to come. As coming up next is our co-main event, Joey Scanlon taking on Connor Shoemaker. But boy, we have got a fight here for our feature bout. Stokes trying to get inside.
He's got to be careful rushing. You see Corbin kind of take that step back and try to land that uppercut. Didn't land, but feints there by Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin's trying to catch him looking. Little jumping scissor kick there.
Tyler's holding his hands real low, so that does leave the opportunity. Front flip there by Stokes.
Oh!
Stokes just going after it, baby.
But I tell you what, man, Corbin's shoulder shucks and the hip throws, man, big time.
Yeah, he's doing a great job using that momentum with Stokes
100%.
and just letting him take himself to the ground almost.
Being a judo guy, I love seeing it.
That's right in your wheelhouse.
Howard now working here in the full guard position of Stokes.
Yeah, Stokes had a butterfly hook there, lost it. Or not lost it, but went to the full guard here. He's kind of trying to, break Jordan's base down and hold his posture. I don't know if he's actually, with doing that, you're not really going to open up any sort of offense or, you know, whether it's a submission or a sweep.
Right.
It's more of a kind of a survival tactic.
Right, completely. But Tyler Stokes, again, gets up to his feet. Howard, again, looking for that takedown.
Yeah, good job kind of, you know, hooking that leg there with his leg and dragging him down. Now, in this position, again, Stokes can't finish any sort of guillotine, but we might see him go to that buggy choke again. Good job by Corbin. See, Corbin's really crowding the hips right now.
Yes.
Kind of killing any sort of leverage.
Yeah, he's not giving Stokes any room to work.
Right.
And so that really just, it takes away the whole bottom game, you know, from your guard.
Right. And ultimately, if Stokes wants to create any sort of offense, he's going to have to let go of that head. You see him, he has Corbin's leg here. He's just trying to keep Corbin at bay, it looks like. Just limit any damage that he's taking. Corbin landing some nice short elbows there.
Halfway through the third and final round here. Corbin right in front of us here, right in front of his
Corbin might
corner.
slide in the mount, yep, right in the mount there.
How important is it to fight your fight in your corner?
You know, that goes a long way. You know, you can kind of breathe, relax, try to slow it down, just listen to your corner. Big shots there by Corbin. He's doing a good job just maintaining this mount position.
2 minutes remaining.
Corbin trying to push the
moving
head
to a
down.
high mount. Might go for an armbar there. Nope. Right back in the side or half guard here.
Howard, though, is
Or
doing
three-quarter.
he's doing a great job, though, of just keeping that pressure on the top, not letting him move.
Yeah, great pressure. He's not rushing anything. You see him really pushing away. Trying to land some big. He's kind of in a three-quarter guard here. Oh, he has to watch out for this heel hook. You know, Tyler doesn't quite have the knee line, but
He's
this
got a-
is a precarious situation to say the least.
Yes.
Nice job spinning out.
Nice
Big elbow
elbow there out of Howard.
You know, Howard
You
might
know-
try to go with that far
Well-
arm bar.
Well, not only that, but
around the
Stokes
head.
is really just getting outworked from the top position.
1 minute
Yeah,
remaining
again,
in
it
the
just
fight.
really goes back to the wrestling and that top control. Took the back here. Oh, he's going to flatten him out and might get this rear naked choke right here at the end, and there he does.
Gets the
There he
tap.
has it.
Corbin Howard, with under a minute remaining, finishes the fight.
Just overwhelmed him, just
Yes.
relentless pressure. Great job by both fighters, really. I mean, Corbin controlled most of that fight, don't get me wrong, but
And, you know, like I said, quite possibly the most unorthodox fight that Corbin Howard has ever had in his professional career.
probably so. Tyler did a good job just bringing it. He didn't quit by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, Corbin Howard just showed an incredible technical fight.
Yeah, longest fight of the night, actually.
Yeah, so far, definitely the longest fight of the evening. This crowd here at the Regalia Resort and Conference Center in Lake Ozarks absolutely loving the action here as we go to our instant replay. Corbin Howard locking up that rear naked choke. Forced to tap there, Tyler Stokes. Corbin Howard gets the big win. Let's send it up to the cage to Joe Parisi to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to a close at 4 minutes, 9 seconds of the third and final round due to a rear naked choke. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission, Corbin Howard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Corbin Howard. Now, Corbin, that had to be one of the most unorthodox fights you've had in your professional career. How did you feel with it, and how did you feel coming into this fight?
Yeah, man, I've watched a lot of tape on him, and I haven't seen a lot of the stuff he just threw at me. I think he was really letting the kitchen sink go because he knew he had nothing to lose. So sometimes that's the hardest fight to be in, when you're supposed to win and the other guy knows he's supposed to lose.
So with that, though, what do you want next here in the Shamrock FC cage?
I'm actually going to take a little break. I'm planning on opening up my own Taekwondo school up in St. Louis pretty soon, so I'm going to be teaching some kids for a while, taking a break from the cage.
Well, it has been a pleasure to call your fights here, and I hope that it all works out for you with the Taekwondo school. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Corbin Howard.